Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something profound, a concept that challenges the way we perceive relationships, energy, and power. It's about understanding who we are, not through the lens of another person, but through the lens of our own evolution. You see, we've been conditioned to believe that attachment is a form of love, that clinging, needing, and yearning are markers of passion. But I'm here to tell you that the most magnetic, irresistible force isn't found in wanting, it's found in being. It's found in a state of detachment where one moves from the limited, fear-driven self into a higher realm of emotional freedom. Detachment is not about indifference. It's not about walking away with coldness or shutting down emotionally. No, it's the opposite. It's about presence. It's about power. It's about knowing at the deepest level that you are whole as you are, that you don't need to prove your worth, nor tether your joy to the actions or attention of another person. Because when you detach, you stop trying to control the external world and instead you take dominion over your inner world. And here's the secret: when you step into this energy, something shifts, the dynamics change. People notice. It's not about what you say or how you act, it's about the frequency you emit. Detachment creates a space of curiosity, a magnetic pull, because in that space you are saying, I am free, I am enough, and I am living in alignment with my higher self. When you detach, you are no longer living in reaction to someone else's behavior. You stop looking for validation, stop overgiving, stop chasing. Instead, you become rooted in the now. And when you live in this elevated state, something extraordinary happens. The energy of lack is replaced with the energy of abundance. You stop needing to be seen because you already see yourself. This shift is felt. It's undeniable. And people consciously or unconsciously gravitate toward it. Because in a world where so many are seeking, searching, and striving, there's something profoundly attractive about someone who stands firmly in their own essence. This is the ultimate form of confidence, not arrogance, not superiority, but a quiet knowing that you are connected to something greater, that your fulfillment doesn't hinge on anyone or anything outside of you. And here's the paradox: the less you need to be wanted, the more wanted you become. The less you crave connection, the more deeply connected others feel to you. This isn't manipulation, it's mastery. It's alignment with the universal truth. True power comes from within. So let go of the stories that tell you you need someone else to complete you. Release the fears that keep you clinging to situations that drain you. Detach not because you don't care, but because you care deeply for your own growth, your own evolution, your own peace. When you do this, you liberate not just yourself, but everyone around you. You show the world what's possible when you step into your authentic, radiant, whole self. And that, my friends, is when you become truly irresistible. Not because you're trying to be, but because you finally stop trying at all. Detachment is often misunderstood as indifference, as though choosing to detach means shutting down emotionally or becoming cold and distant. But in reality, detachment is one of the most powerful expressions of inner freedom and self-love. It's not about rejecting people or experiences, but about releasing the need to control or depend on them for your happiness. Detachment allows you to participate fully in life while remaining grounded in your own sense of self. It is the ability to love deeply, care genuinely, and connect authentically without losing your inner balance or compromising your peace of mind. When someone is detached, they are present. They are not consumed by fears of loss, nor are they weighed down by the insecurities that often accompany attachment. Instead, they move through life with an energy of ease and flow. This doesn't mean they don't care. It means their care is no longer conditional or tied to an outcome. They can give without expecting, love without clinging, and engage without feeling the need to control or manipulate the situation. This form of emotional freedom creates a space for genuine relationships to flourish because it removes the pressure that attachment so often brings. Detachment is rooted in a deep sense of inner power and self-sufficiency. It arises when you no longer seek your sense of worth, identity, or fulfillment from external sources. When you're detached, you stop tethering your happiness to whether someone notices you, validates you, or meets your expectations. Instead, you find that happiness within yourself. This doesn't make you emotionally distant, it makes you emotionally secure. You are able to fully appreciate the people and experiences in your life without being consumed by the fear of losing them. This state of detachment also changes the way you interact with the world. When you let go of attachment, you release the need to prove yourself or earn love. You stop holding on so tightly to things that are meant to flow. Paradoxically, this sense of non-attachment often makes you more attractive, more magnetic, and more capable of forming deeper connections. People are drawn to those who exude a peace and authenticity, and detachment allows you to embody those qualities. It signals that you are whole and complete as you are, that you love and value yourself enough not to depend on others for your sense of stability or joy. At its core, detachment is not about building walls, it's about creating space. It's about allowing life to unfold naturally, trusting that everything you need will come to you at the right time. It's about freeing yourself from the cycle of fear and desire that keeps so many people stuck, anxious, and unable to move forward. By choosing detachment, you are choosing to live in alignment with your higher self, a self that is grounded, resilient, and capable of giving and receiving love without conditions or limits. Detachment is not a withdrawal from life, it is a step toward living it with greater clarity, purpose, and freedom. True magnetism is not found in striving, chasing, or trying to prove oneself. It is found in simply being. It's a profound truth that the most attractive energy a person can embody is the energy of wholeness and self-contentment. Magnetism doesn't come from effort or the desperate need to be seen, validated, or chosen. Instead, it arises effortlessly when a person understands and accepts their own intrinsic value. When you step into a state of being, of fully embodying who you are without needing anything external to complete you, you radiate an energy that others find irresistible. When you operate from a place of wanting, that energy is felt. It comes across as grasping, and while it may not be obvious to the conscious mind, it is unmistakable on a deeper level. People are naturally repelled by neediness because it creates a dynamic of imbalance. Wanting carries with the energy of lack, of something missing, and this energy can create resistance in relationships and interactions. On the other hand, when you are at peace with yourself and your life as it is, you no longer emit the vibration of I need. Instead, you radiate the energy of I am, and that energy is magnetic. Being in this context is not about doing nothing or disengaging from life. It's about embodying your authenticity and allowing your inner state to guide your outer reality. It's about being so connected to your inner power and your sense of purpose that you no longer feel the need to seek anything from the outside to validate your worth. This state of being is the ultimate expression of self-confidence, not the kind of confidence that tries to impress or dominate, but the quiet, grounded confidence of someone who knows they are enough, no matter what happens or who comes into their life. True magnetism is effortless because it doesn't rely on external factors. It doesn't come from how you look, what you say, or even how you behave. It comes from the frequency you hold. When you stop seeking, you open yourself to receiving. When you stop grasping, you create space for life to flow to you. And when you stop trying to be attractive, you naturally become so. This paradox is one of the great truths of life. The less you need, the more you attract. When you embody this state of being, people sense it immediately. It's not something you can fake or manufacture. It's something that comes from deep within. It's a lightness, a peace, and a self-assuredness that draws others in. People are attracted to the energy of abundance. And when you no longer project lack or neediness, you become a living example of that abundance. This energy is irresistible because it offers something so rare in today's world, the experience of being around someone who is whole, someone who doesn't need you but chooses to share their energy with you anyway. This shift from wanting to being is not just about attracting others, it's about aligning with your own truth. When you stop looking for external validation and turn inward, you discover that everything you thought you needed was already within you. This is the foundation of true magnetism, being at peace with yourself and radiating that peace out into the world. Taking control of your inner world rather than the external world is the cornerstone of emotional freedom and personal power. So often, people expend their energy trying to manipulate or control external circumstances, whether it's the behavior of others, the outcomes of situations, or the opinions of the world around them. But this is a losing battle because the external world is unpredictable and ever-changing. What you can control, however, is your internal state, your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions, and the meaning you assign to the events in your life. Mastering your inner world is not only liberating, but also transformative as it shifts the entire way you experience life. When you focus on controlling your detachment changes all of this. When you detach, you release that need. You are no longer focused on controlling outcomes or seeking validation from others. Instead, you align with a deeper truth that you are already whole. This understanding shifts your energy completely. It lightens your presence, makes you more relaxed, and removes the invisible pressure that often suffocates relationships and opportunities. In this state, you are no longer broadcasting the message of I need. Instead, your energy communicates I am. And that energy is profoundly attractive. The energy of abundance is rooted in confidence, trust, and self-sufficiency. It doesn't mean you don't desire connection, love, or success. It means you don't depend on these things to feel complete. When you embody this energy, you trust that everything meant for you will flow to you naturally. You no longer chase because you know that what is aligned with your highest good cannot miss you. This sense of ease creates a magnetism that draws people and opportunities toward you effortlessly. There's no need to strive or prove yourself. Your energy speaks louder than words ever could. When your energy shifts from lack to abundance, the way people experience you changes. They feel more at ease around you, more drawn to your authenticity. They sense that you are not seeking something from them, but are instead offering something, a connection that feels light, unforced, and genuine. This shift also transforms how you experience life. Detachment allows you to move through the world with greater freedom, joy, and confidence because you are no longer tethered to outcomes. This transformation is not just about how others perceive you, it's about how you perceive yourself. By releasing the energy of lack and stepping into abundance, you align with your true nature, a being who is already whole, already worthy, and already enough. This alignment changes everything, not because you are trying to make it happen, but because you've let go of everything that was blocking it from happening naturally. When you stop reacting to the behavior of others, you reclaim a profound sense of freedom and power over your life. Many people live as though they are puppets, with their emotions and actions controlled by the strings of other people's words, actions, or opinions. They get swept up in the tides of approval and rejection, constantly adjusting themselves to fit the expectations or judgments of others. But this way of living is exhausting and unsustainable because it places your emotional well-being in the hands of factors beyond your control. The truth is, when you stop reacting to others' behavior, you take back control over your inner world, and in doing so, you elevate the way you engage with life and relationships. Reactivity stems from a state of emotional dependence. When you react impulsively to someone's words or actions, it's often because, on some level, you've tied your sense of self to their approval or behavior. You might feel anger when someone dismisses you, sadness when someone withdraws, or anxiety when someone's attention wanes. These reactions arise because your emotions are being dictated by what someone else is doing or not doing rather than coming from a place of internal stability. This cycle can leave you feeling powerless, as if your happiness and peace are constantly at the mercy of others. Choosing to stop reacting doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionally detached in the negative sense. It means shifting from a state of emotional reactivity to a state of emotional responsibility. Instead of letting someone's behavior dictate how you feel, you take ownership of your emotional state. You realize that their actions are a reflection of them, not you, and that you have the power to choose how you interpret and respond to their behavior. This shift doesn't just protect your peace, it transforms the energy of your interactions. When you stop reacting, you create space to observe, space to reflect, and space to respond with intention rather than impulse. This space is incredibly powerful because it allows you to break free from old patterns and dynamics that no longer serve you. Instead of getting caught up in the heat of the moment, you can step back and ask yourself, what's really going on here? What do I want to create in this situation? How can I respond in alignment with my highest self? This level of self-awareness not only enhances your relationships, but also strengthens your connection to yourself. By stepping out of reactivity, you also send a powerful message to the world. My sense of self is not dependent on your actions. This kind of grounded confidence changes how people perceive and interact with you. When you no longer react emotionally to every slight withdrawal or rejection, you exude a calm, self-assured energy that commands respect. People begin to recognize that you are not easily swayed, that you are steady and centered in your own being. This energy draws others in, not because you are seeking their approval, but because you embody a rare sense of inner freedom and balance. By letting go of the need to react, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of seeking and striving for external validation. You move through life with greater ease, knowing that your peace and happiness are rooted within, untouched by the ever-changing behavior of others. True confidence is not loud or boastful. It doesn't need to shout or demand attention, nor does it require external validation to feel complete. True confidence is quiet and steady. It's a state of inner knowing that radiates outward without effort. It's the grounded certainty that you are enough as you are, and that your worth is not dependent on anyone or anything outside of yourself. This form of confidence is not performative. It doesn't seek approval or try to impress. Instead, it emanates from a deep connection to your authentic self and your innate value. In a world that often encourages people to compete, compare, and prove themselves, quiet confidence stands apart. It carries an energy of calm and assurance that is rare and compelling. While others may try to project an image of success or strength, true confidence doesn't need to project anything. It simply exists. It's the kind of confidence that allows you to walk into a room without feeling the need to announce your presence because your energy speaks for itself. It's not about arrogance or superiority. It's about a sense of peace that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. This quiet knowing is magnetic because it creates a sense of stability and trust. People are naturally drawn to those who seem unshaken by external circumstances, who don't waver in the face of rejection or criticism. When you embody true confidence, you become a source of reassurance and strength for those around you. Others feel safe in your presence because they can sense that you are not operating from a place of insecurity or need. This type of confidence is not self-centered, it is self-aware. It allows you to connect with others in an authentic and meaningful way because you're not preoccupied with how they perceive you. True confidence comes from within, and it begins with self-acceptance. When you fully accept yourself, the strengths, the flaws, the successes, and the failures, you free yourself from the constant need to prove your worth. This self-acceptance allows you to step into every situation with authenticity, unburdened by the fear of judgment or rejection. You no longer seek external validation to feel good about yourself because you already know your value. This inner knowing transforms the way you engage with life. You approach challenges with resilience, relationships with openness, and opportunities with courage because you trust yourself and your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. Quiet confidence also allows you to let go of comparison. You no longer feel the need to measure yourself against others because you understand that your path is uniquely yours. Instead of competing, you focus on growing, evolving, and becoming the best version of yourself. This shift in perspective creates an energy of abundance as you realize that there is no need to strive or grasp for what already exists within you. When you embody this quiet confidence, your presence speaks louder than words. It's not something you try to display, it's something you live. It's a reflection of your inner peace, self-assurance, and alignment with who you truly are. People are drawn to it not because you're trying to impress them, but because they can sense the genuine strength and calm that comes from simply being comfortable in your own skin. The less you need, the more you attract. This may seem paradoxical at first, but it holds one of the most profound truths about the nature of human connection and personal magnetism. When you are consumed by need, whether it's the need for love, approval, success, or validation, you inadvertently place yourself in a state of lack. You operate from a place of emptiness, seeking something outside of yourself to fill that void. This creates an energy of desperation and grasping that others can feel, even if it's not consciously acknowledged. People can sense when someone is chasing after something, and often they instinctively pull away. When you let go of the need for validation, you shift your energy. The act of detaching from the need to have anything external complete you frees you to be fully present in your own life. The energy you now exude is one of confidence and self-sufficiency. You no longer require anyone else's approval to feel worthy or loved. You are grounded in your own sense of worth, and this shifts your relationship with the world. Instead of looking outward for fulfillment, you look inward, finding everything you need already within you. This inner contentment creates an energy that is magnetic. When you are no longer chasing or reaching for something, you become a beacon for what you truly desire because you are not coming from a place of lack or desperation. The act of letting go of need is liberating, and it transforms the way you experience both your internal and external world. When you stop chasing after outcomes that are out of your control, and you focus your energy on things that are in alignment with your true self. This creates a sense of flow in your life. It's the same idea as trying to push a river upstream. The more you try to control the flow, the more difficult it becomes. But when you allow yourself to let go and flow with life, things naturally fall into place and opportunities arise effortlessly. This shift in energy is profoundly attractive to others because it signals that you are self-sufficient, complete in yourself, and not dependent on them to make you whole. People are drawn to this energy because it provides a sense of ease and balance. You no longer place pressure on others to meet your needs, and this creates an environment of freedom and openness. Relationships, both personal and professional, flourish when there is no hidden agenda or desperation lurking beneath the surface. Instead, you create authentic connections that are based on mutual respect and genuine interest. When you no longer need anything from the world or from others, you open yourself to receiving. By releasing the need to control or manipulate, you allow things to come to you in their own time and in their own way. This mindset not only shifts how you interact with people, but also how you attract opportunities, success, and love into your life. The less you need, the more you allow abundance to flow toward you because you no longer have any resistance to it. You trust that what is meant for you will find its way to you effortlessly. And when you trust this, you stop blocking the flow of life with unnecessary attachments and desires. The result is a life that is full, rich, and satisfying, where the right people and circumstances naturally align with your energy.